Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on the time zone. Now today, Rigathi Gachagwa had an interview with all Mount Kenya media houses. I mean the vernacular media house from Mount Kenya region. And there are issues that have really come out clear from Gachagwa. Number one, Gachagwa has been able to openly and publicly tell Kenyans that he is unable to advise William Ruto. Secondly, he is telling the people that it is William Ruto who taught him to hate Raila Odinga and set trap for Raila Odinga. Again, he confesses that Uhuru Kenyatta told them that Raila Odinga is a good man. And now, you look at what Uhuru said, then what William Ruto is doing now. He's making conclusion for himself. Above all, he has addressed himself to the issue of Mount Kenya region politics. And is clear about the appointments in the cabinet, what he stands for, and where he throws all of his weight. So I want to listen to this. It was in a vernacular, that is Kikuyu, but there is a translation here. So I'm going to quote him. It is true, we agreed to set traps against Raila. It was William Ruto who had told us that Raila is a dangerous man, and I believed him. However, when I noticed Raila and Ruto were meeting and appearing to have a deal, I kept off. Now that Uhuru told us Raila is a good man, and subsequently Ruto told us so, I conclude that Raila is a good man, having been fronted by two sitting presidents, Uhuru and now Ruto. I will therefore work with him in this government and beyond. Anyone who supports this is our friend. That's Gachagwa. At first place, Gachagwa is pouring hot and cold air at the same time. At the first place, he goes ahead to explain the reason why he hates Raila Odinga. Someone advised him that Raila Odinga is a dangerous man. In this statement, before Gachagwa embraces Raila Odinga, he is first of all exposing William Ruto. That it is William Ruto who advised me that Raila Odinga is a dangerous man. In this statement, Gachagwa is exposing Ruto. He is painting Ruto as the person, a bad person who taught him to hate Raila. Kwani Gachagwa was a kid. Then he goes ahead now to acknowledge that because Ruto is embracing Raila and Uhuru advised them that Raila is a good person, he has no option but to embrace Raila and work with Raila Odinga and beyond. Here beyond usione tu hivi. That means in the near future he will continue working with Raila now that he has learned that Raila is a good person. That is Gachagwa for you. So the issue of setting traps, Gachagwa is confirming in this statement to his own people, because he was speaking in Kikuyu dialect, that it is William Ruto who asked him to set traps for Raila Odinga. Alafu akaenda round, akarudi, anaongea na mheshimiwa Raila. Now that's the first statement. A dangerous statement now is coming from Gachagwa. Listen to this one careful now. The issue of tribalism and the failure to understand the position which you are holding to as the deputy president. Now listen to this. Not even a CS should attempt such kind of a statement. But Gachagwa is here. I quote him, I have no capacity to advise President Ruto because he is my boss. Sometimes he listens to me and sometimes he convinces me of his decision. He has brought people who did not, now listen to the bombshell, vote for us into the cabinet, and he is the best person to explain that. My main job was to ensure that slots that were meant for Mount Kenya region were retained to ensure that my people are taken care of. Kabla twende kwa mambo ya advice. First of all, the issue of bringing to the government the people who did not vote for us. Ruto has made changes in his cabinet. And we have seen John Badi, Pio and I, we have Moe, we have Oparanya, we have Ali Hassan Joe. I have no problem if Gachagwa would make, a frame statement and say that Ruto has brought to the government the leaders from opposition who actually oppose to our policies. If we reframe a statement in that way, I have no problem with that. I have problem with a statement that says that Ruto has brought to the government the people who did not vote for us. I draw the line from there. When you say people who did not vote for us, majority of Western people did not vote for you. Nyanza did not. Coast Region did not. Nairobi did not. Eastern side did not. What I say? So if a region did not vote for you, this should not be appointed into leadership. But for you to run this government, you need taxes from Coast Region. Western Region, I see you're talking about Oparanya. Nyanza Region, they give tax. They pay your salary, just like Mount Kenya, Rift Valley. Lower Eastern, they pay taxes. So from there, I see a tribalist deputy president. So with this statement, it tells you that Gachagwa is simply saying on this show that he is a deputy president of Mount Kenya region, because he's talking about his people. So apart from Mount Kenya, the rest of Kenyans are not Gachagwa's people. Watu wake ni wa mulima. So if you are not coming from Mount Kenya, please, kindly, look for your deputy. Gachagwa is not your deputy. Forget about that. He has said it very open. But again, on the issue of CSS, before we go to the issue of advisor, when Gachagwa said that he was only lobbying for Mount Kenya region to get the number of slots that they had, to retain their slots, does he know that Ruto end up giving CSS from Mulima a tyrant for the PS? He always gives them a tyrant. And we all know what happens. If you have a CS, you are a CS, and then you are being given a PS that only listen to the president. Remember Alice Wahome, when she was the minister of, ilikuwa hiyo mambo ya maji. PS was everything. Kaenda kwa mambo ya lands, almost same thing. So it tells you a lot. Wako tu hapa. Mambo ya appointment and other things zinafanya kule na PS. Wewe tu kazi yako unaambiwa soma na kuweka sign. So, even if he's celebrating that, there is also a problem that is not telling the public. And I'm aware, he's well aware of this. Na kama hajui basi, bongolala. So, despite the fact that Mount Kenya has been given more CSS, there is a tyrant of PSS. Hawa permanent secretaries ndio decision makers. A PS amebaki tu hapo kama the face. So that Gachagwa knows that. There is something Gachagwa has talked about, that I have no capacity to advise President Ruto because he is my boss. He has no capacity. Why is Gachagwa still in the office? If he can't advise the president, if he can't realize his capacity, he must resign and go because he's drawing a salary for no job. Constitution has bestowed on Gachagwa as a custodian principal assistant to Ruto. But he forgets this. And he comes out more of a Mount Kenya envoy posted in the government. Anashughulikia mambo ya vyeo na viti Mount Kenya. Anasahau kwamba he is the principal advisor to the president. Why is he getting a salary? He should go home. His work is to advise the president. But he says he has no capacity. If you have no capacity, why are you taking a salary? Gachagwa must go. This is what he's saying. Sometimes he listened to me and sometimes he convinced me on his decision. He has brought people. Okay, we have talked about that one. So, definitely, Gachagwa should not be in the government. He should not be a deputy president. Because he has abandoned his role. His main role is to advise the president. But he has reduced himself to a man who's cutting deals in terms of appointment of a specific region in this country. In absence of Ruto, Gachagwa should be the face. But he has reduced himself to a Mount Kenya leader. So how can he lead? This interview has just backfired. And Gachagwa, in as much as exposed William Ruto, he is also exposing himself. So, in the entire interview, Gachagwa has lost, Ruto is losing. They are now exposing each other. This interview tells you that there is a lot of disagreement, disunity, and a breakup between Ruto and Gachagwa.